Imagine a cold, gray morning. Mist hangs heavy over the North Sea. Waves chop and churn. A restless gray expanse. Suddenly something appears on the horizon. It's a long, slender shape cutting through the water with terrifying speed. At its prow, a fearsome dragon's head rears up, its wooden teeth bared. This is the Viking longship, the most iconic vessel of its age. It carried men of immense ambition and courage. These were people who looked at the unknown sea, not with fear, but with a burning desire. A spirit of relentless adventure, a drive that would propel them across the globe. The image of the raider, the sea wolf descending upon an unsuspecting coast, is etched into our memory. The sight of these ships struck terror into coastal communities from Britain to the Mediterranean. They were fast, they were silent, and they carried warriors who were disciplined and utterly ruthless. The sagas, the epic poems of the Norse world are filled with tales of these voyages. This was the age of the adventurer, the gambler, the man willing to risk everything. The word Viking instantly conjures images of fierce warriors, axes raised, storming a monastery beach. This image is only one page of a larger book. The Vikings were products of their Scandinavian homeland, fjords, forests, mountains. They were farmers rooted in a harsh, beautiful landscape. They worked the land with deep seasonal knowledge, barley. Alongside the farmer was the trader goods from across the known world. Then there was the explorer driven by insatiable curiosity. Often the same person in different roles. This multifaceted identity is the key to understanding the Vikings. The secret to Viking dominance, the key that unlocked their age of expansion, was the longship. This vessel was a true masterpiece of naval engineering, arguably the most advanced piece of technology of its time. It was clinker-built, meaning its hull planks overlapped, creating a structure that was both incredibly strong and remarkably flexible. This flexibility allowed the ship to bend and ride with the waves of the open ocean, rather than fighting against them and breaking apart. Its shallow draft was another stroke of genius. The Vikings were master navigators who sailed without the aid of magnetic compasses. They navigated by the sun, using tools like a sun compass. At night, they steered by the stars. Their knowledge of the sea was intimate and profound. It was this combination of revolutionary ship technology and unparalleled navigational expertise that made the Vikings the undisputed masters of the waves. Far from the drama of the high seas, the center of the Viking world was the home, specifically the longhouse. A long, narrow building, not just a single family, an extended clan. Parents, children, grandparents inside. One large smoky room, a long open hearth ran down the center, light warmth, a place to cook. Roles were defined, but women held high status. The woman, master of the household, keys at her belt, symbol of authority and wealth. Children grew up fast, no formal schooling, practical training by parents. The resilient core that enabled Viking expansion. One of the most infamous moments of the Viking Age occurred on a June day in 793 AD. Longships approaching shore. A small fleet of longships landed on the holy island of Lindisfarne, off the coast of Northumbria in England. But the Vikings' reach extended far beyond the coasts of Britain. Driven by their spirit of exploration, they pushed their longships into the vast, icy emptiness of the North Atlantic. From there, Eric's son, Leif Erikson, sailed even further west around the year 1000. He and his crew landed in a place they called Vinland. So why did this incredible era of raiding, trading, and exploration come to an end? There wasn't one single cause, but rather a slow transformation. New religions, most notably Christianity. Back in Scandinavia, powerful centralized kingdoms began to emerge. Though the Viking Age ended around the 11th century, their legacy is immortal. But most powerfully, it lives on in our imagination. The figure of the Viking, the fearless adventurer, a thrilling and enduring story of a people who sailed out of the northern mists and changed the world forever.